What is going on? I want to talk about hating. Because you often hear people saying that somebody's hating on them or playa hating. That's what it used to be called back in the day. Back in the 90s, playa hating, you hating. AKA, you're jealous. Okay, you're envious. You're upset that another person is having success and happiness, or they're happy, or they're doing good, or you're jealous that they have something that you don't have and you think they shouldn't have it because you should have it. There's some animosity, there's some hate, there's some jealousy, there's some envy, okay? And AKA you hating, right? So, and it really got me to start thinking about things. I feel like I've been a hater. I've been a hater so many times in my life, multiple times in my life, numerous times, so many times that I've lost count. And that's just being real. And I think that a lot of us participate in that. And you don't even realize that that's what you're doing. You're hating. A lot of this, in my opinion, is learned behavior. Check yourself. Check yourself. When you see somebody that's doing well or they have something that you don't have, why do you get this itching? Like, where do you get that itching where it's like, why do they got that when I've been working hard and I didn't get that? And I feel you. I've been there. Like I said, I've hated numerous times throughout my life. I am not saying I haven't done it. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. Okay, far from it. But check yourself. Where is that coming from? Why do we, where is that? And a lot of us, I feel like that's a learned behavior passed down from families and families, generation. And then some of us live in communities where that's all it is. It's just hate. People is just mad, angry, jealous, envious, bitter. You know what I mean? And it's like going back to that old saying, crabs in the... Mercy, I'm doing a video. The minute I start doing a video, you must start acting like this. Go sit on the couch. Now. I'm telling you, these dogs just like these kids. But anyways, you have to talk to them and let them know. You don't have to be disrespectful, but you see how you have to know. Yeah, you sit down. Oh, you hush. I'm trying to get back talking, everything else. Anyways, so it's like that crab in the bucket, mentality. Even though crabs are not naturally supposed to be in a bucket, right? They're supposed to be, out and about, free, on the beach, in the water, in the sand, in the mud. They're not supposed to be in a bucket. But the point is, when you hating, stop. When you hating, you miss out on a lot of things. I really do feel like you end up blocking your own blessings. You end up putting up a very toxic, negative force field, and you block the good and the positive that would have came into your life, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Are there people out here who are getting shit that have done horrible things and probably have no business getting what they're getting? Yes, I think we've all witnessed and seen that. You could say the same thing about me, right? Because I also believe that we all hate on folks and we all have haters in some form or fashion. And it is something to think about. But as I get older, damn, Lord willing, October, I'll be 29. And it'll be my last year in my 20s. And it's like, as I'm getting older, I'm just like, I'm learning, I'm growing. And I'm realizing my negatives, my toxicities, my problems. Sometimes I am the problem. Sometimes I was the problem. I'm just catching myself. So I want to talk about that hating, because that's a negative spirit, to constantly be hating and mad. Think about it. Most people that hating all the time, they always upset. They always angry. They always frustrated and bitter. And you see what he do when I'm doing a video. It's the disrespect. But anyways, yeah, we'll be getting a backyard very soon, Merce. But anyways, it's the unnecessary hating and anger, and you just mad and you bitter and you frustrated, you mad at the world, you mad at everybody, and it's like, who wants to be in that mindset all the time? No, don't get me wrong. Is it normal in my opinion, in my personal opinion, is it normal to have some hate and anger sometimes? Yes. To me, it's a human emotion. It's a negative human emotion in a way, but it's a human emotion. You know, no one's perfect. But to always be operating from that energy, no, that's adding years, or I should say that's taking away years of your life. You know, I mean, because I've been depressed, and I've been depressed my entire life, really, but it's just like, I think about that, you know, when you're envious and angry and oh, yeah, it's like, damn, you know, and it's something to think about. I have to really program myself and realize I got to change my mindset. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that I'm oblivious to all of the effed up shit that's going on in the world and what has happened and continues to happen in the world. And then also what's happening and has continued to happen to me on a personal level. That doesn't take away that. But what I'm saying is I'm choosing to want something better for myself. I don't want to be in this angry, bitter, hateful energy all the time. And I mean, and it's from everything that we consume. Like, sometimes you just really need to take a break from looking at negative shit, toxic shit. And I'm not only looking, but what we're eating. I'm going to do a little TMI, too much info. Trigger warning, we're going to be talking about vomit, puke, throwing up. Health concerns, trigger warning. Okay, let's get into it real quick. I threw up this morning because I was eating sugary shit that I'm not supposed to eat. I ate like so many gummy worms, bears, and shit, and I threw all that up. And I wasn't eating like food. I was eating snacks, and that would take me hours to get an appetite to eat it. So when I finally did eat all that shit, all that sugary shit was just chilling in my stomach. And honey, but here's the thing. I have IBS, Crohn's, Graves' disease. So this is it's typical for me to have that reaction when I eat shit that I'm not supposed to eat. So you would think, hello, aren't you tired of throwing up? Because you know you can't eat that. You know you have an allergic reaction. You know your intestines don't function for you like that. You don't have a gallbladder. How many surgeries do you plan on having? And I had all of this happen to me, and I'm not even 30. So that's why I'm saying it's also what you eat, man. It's also what you eat. It's what you listen to. No offense, but and I'm going to start talking about this more. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to do my reviews here and there, but I am going to talk about this. The music that we be listening to, and I love music. I mean, child, I love music. But let's be real. The music that we be listening to is negative, toxic as hell. And it's like, if that's all you're listening to all the time, you don't have any other genre of music, you don't never switch to something else from time to time to get a break. Because I know it's not realistic to say that I'm just never going to listen to certain music or certain artists. Because sometimes I'm in that mindset, right? But I can't listen to certain songs and certain genres all day. You know, I have to switch it, right? So it's just something to think about, right? But anyways, that hating spirit, let's, as a group, as a society, as a people, I would recommend, including myself, right? Because I'm working on myself on a constant basis. I feel like this is a lifelong self-care journey. Let's reduce hating and negativity. And I know it's not going to happen overnight. And I'm not saying you got to jump all in. I'm not saying that you got to give up everything. But let's figure out ways in our day-to-day lives that we can reduce negativity and hating. I feel like that'd be good. Because this shit, this is ridiculous. Anyway, stop hating.